I just got done doing a incredible live stream a few
I
minutes
caught some
ago.
of it, my brother. Good
Absolutely,
job.
I saw you in the chat.
Your
So I
audio is terrible. Your audio is terrible. I don't know
oh, it is.
how you got your.
What about now? Is it better?
I know superior blacks have superior audio. I seen your
Okay,
show.
You must have got the speaker on top of your nappy ass head, man.
is the audio better now?
Perfect. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Let me try to make one more correction real quick
Yeah,
to
and
the
I can
audio.
turn your volume up as well.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah. So I just got done doing my live stream. I came over to show some support because you are a fellow superior black. Um, your title is incredible. Your title.
Part one. I'm gonna get you on for part two.
Yep. Do black men still want black women, and vice versa? And the answer is yes. We are genetically predisposed or biologically predisposed to like people who look like us. Now, in my opinion, I keep saying this, that black women are probably the most, in terms of aesthetic beauty, probably the best looking women on the planet, especially in older years. We know that white women age like milk. We know that Asian women, I mean, let's be honest with you, after 24 years old, it's pretty much a wrap.
They age Roddy board.
Yeah, Hispanic women pretty much look like Amazon boxes after the age of 25. So, yes.
Let me give him. Go ahead.
So black women, though, are desired by black men, because obviously, I mean, you wouldn't have a race of black people if black men and black women weren't having sex. But what black women need to do moving forward, and even black women know this, is to eliminate the attitude. You know, a lot of African American women, a lot of Caribbean women, a lot of West African women, they have this attitude and it makes them ugly. But other than that, black women are desired. But if they killed that attitude, they would be the most sought after woman on the planet. I've said it last week and I'll say it again. The reason why the white woman is the salt of the earth, the reason why it's like being in heaven with a white woman, is because although the white woman will age like milk in the desert, she will have a sweet, professional, and nice personality, generally speaking. Even if she's depressed, even if she's, having a bad day.
Yes. Preach.
Generally, a white woman won't let you know that. But other than that, the black woman, most black men do seek out the companionship of the Negro woman, and vice versa. I think that a lot of white men and black women, I think the black woman is probably bored out of her mind a lot because white men typically are bland, typically no personality.
Like their chicken. But go ahead.
So I think, like I said, a black woman will be with a white guy, but I'm pretty sure she's like, damn, this guy is just like a robot. And to a degree, I think these topics of conversations are definitely needed. What say you, sir? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm enjoying you hearing a fellow superior black. I've been listening to lower level English. You know how they do.
Reggie.
No self-control, no discipline.
Yeah.
There's your man, Chaotic Bliss. I want to see a response. You look like you falling asleep.
Now, Passionate Bliss has been getting the title as she's the female chaotic truth tonight. Because everything you said about black women, black men and women, like chaotic some bliss. People saying she's been saying it. I'm Passionate Bliss. What do you think of what Chaotic Truth said? Your mic is muted.
They both go to the same barber.
As far as what he said about wanting, and if by wanting he means desire, then yes, I do believe that black men still desire black women.
Your audio is staticking. You got to beam out and beam back in, or fix your audio. It's staticking. Shut.
Let me see what's going on.
Say something. Say something.
Let me see.
There you go. Whatever you did, that was good right there. 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Nope. It's still static.
Nope.
We'll
Okay.
come back to you. We'll come back to
Let me
you.
come back.
All right, sure. Sentos, you just joined the panel. What do you think of the commentary that you're hearing? Sentos, check 1, check 2. Unmute your mic. Going once.
Can you hear? You can't hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. All right. Man, to my surprise, the brother said some profound stuff that I didn't mind agreeing with him on.
Sometimes you gotta listen. Reggie just ready, ready to crack some jokes. Okay, you want to elaborate further?
I want to listen a little bit more, and then I'll come in.
All right, go ahead, Reggie. What you think about what the good brother CT, aka Chaotic Truth Live, just said in his opening statement?
I mean, Kun Kente shocked the hell out of me with that one. I was surprised to hear Kun Kente say that, man. But I know he on here with his sister, and they both got the same hairstyles and stuff, and they audio doing the same thing. But I don't know. I'm shocked to hear that, man. So I ain't got.
That's why you can't carry stuff from one live to the next live, Reggie. Sometimes y'all just disagree about that one topic. Y'all might disagree about something else. That's why we got to start with start with being giving people a chance. You never know what they might say on the next live. Passionate Bliss, let me hear your mic. Check 1 2.
Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2.
I can work with that. Go ahead. What's your take on CT, aka Chaotic Truth Live?
Okay, as far as what he said, he only spoke of wanting as far as desire. Now, when I spoke about black men not wanting us, it was never as far as physical or desire. I believe that black men are genetically predisposed to desire black women.
You did bring up the hair now, ma'am. You did bring up we like the white women's hair, and we like their you did bring up
but as far as physically, they still desire black women, because when they get these women like Kim Kardashian, what's the name, Iggy Azalea, they make these women go get boobs, they make these women go get big fake butts, they make these women spray tan, and they want them. They're trying to make them look as black as possible.
Where's your evidence that all those women were made to do that? Maybe they want to look like the black woman.
Yeah, because they're not going to get the black man and keep him if they don't.
But that's not what you just said, though. You said we make them do that. We don't make them do that.
If they want a black man's attention, they got to get a big old donkey.
But that's not the same as somebody making them do it.
Yeah,
somebody makes you go get body augmentations.
Because they only want the black man to milk them for the dollars. If they want the dollars, they have got to present them with what they want. Kim Kardashian did not start
those women you named already had money, though.
Look, Kim did not start out with that big old butt. She did not start out with that big old butt.
Man,
Have you seen the Ray J porn tape? Her butt was not that big.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But she didn't need that. She got money already.
Because Ray J didn't have enough money. The higher value black man she wanted, she had to get the big old butt for him.
She got Chris Humphries.
And even when she was with Kanye,
crazy, man.
But this is evidenced by photos. I did a video on it on my channel. You can go look and see. Evidence by photos. Her butt got bigger while she was with Kanye. Okay.
She had about 4 babies with him too, didn't she?
Yeah, maybe she was doing.
She didn't gain the weight though. But only the butt got bigger.
Ma'am, she had 4 babies.
Only the butt got bigger. Because see, when you have 4 babies, because I done had 2, everything gets bigger when you have the baby.
You have 4.
Yeah, but see, only the butt got bigger. Nothing else got bigger, just the butt.
Nah, she got bigger titties, and I seen the video.
Some women,
some of that shit is genetics.
Yeah, some women decrease in size.
And it still be looking like olive oil. Some women can have 1 baby and come out that bitch looking like Precious.
Yeah. I done seen a woman have 10 babies and look the same way she did when she was in high school.
That's her genetic makeup. That's that woman.
It's Persian. She like it in her ass, so her ass blew up.
Oh man, Reggie, what are we on here? Inferior blacks. They hold. Hey, look, I've been talking to Reggie all night about his language. Fellow superior black.
Yeah.
Chaotic Truth. Been talking to him all night about, like, man, I'm never gonna get monetized for this shit. Now he's talking about sodomy.
That's what I told you. I'm sorry.
Look,
This
my
ain't gonna be
brother told me. My
monetized.
brother told me I need to divert away from these blacks. You guys gonna always hold me back. This guy right here, I'm starting to believe him. They don't want to see us win.
Yeah.
Chaotic Truth. Go ahead.
But the thing is that, you know, and it's not just
we heard enough of
Kim.
you, ma'am.
Both of Kim Kardashian's sisters, as soon as they wanted black men with money, they got big old butts. You know, and these women are not going down and getting Brazilian butt lifts and risking their lives and their health, you know, to get Brazilian butt lifts for no reason. They're getting them because that is what black men desire. Because black men desire black women and their body
white women get it and get with white men. Like what? Well, let's just not say black.
Who got a Brazilian butt when it got with a white man?
No, white women get it too.
A lot of them trophy
A
wives.
lot of white women got it. Shit, Coco got it.
If she's with a black man,
I
she's
mean,
with a black man.
Yeah. So why would you say
she's white?
And that's what I'm saying is that
women,
they desire black women, and these white women know it, so they go and get the body type of a black woman to attract these rich black men.
Because why you don't get the attitude why you don't get the attitude of a submissive white woman then? If you already got the ass, you ain't got to get the surgery. You got the body. Oh yeah, look at her face like, woo, got me there.
Yeah, because see,
why you don't take
that's the thing.
No, it ain't the thing
between black women and white women.
Ma'am, why if they can go get surgery to get the body type that you want, why you can't just do an attitude adjustment and just be pleasant to be around, like my boy Chaotic Truth was talking about? Say sometimes you just argumentative. Not all white women, not all white women. I'm just saying women in general, people in general. John, let me go to Jake. Jake, your device is not connected. It says I'm trying to connect your device. You can keep your camera off, Jake, but you got to give it permission to use your camera.
But wait, Mark.
Listen. I'm trying to give somebody instructions.
No, I didn't answer. I never answered the question.
Ma'am, you got a butt lift.
Look, ma'am, please add white for 30 seconds. Mr. J, you have to give it permission to connect to your device. You don't have to cut your camera on, but you got to tell it, yes, you can use my camera. And if you're on an iPhone, you might have trouble with Safari. Try to use Google Chrome, Safari, Firefox. Google Chrome or Firefox. Safari doesn't work too well. Go ahead, Passion and Bliss, and then I'll pass it back around. What was you trying to say?
No, I was just saying, because he spoke to the fact that black men still want black women. And I said, to that point, they want them physically because they're genetically designed to desire black women. They want those boobs. They want those hips. They want, that skin tone. They like it. And even when they get white women, they try to get the ones who got fake titties and a big butt and some
your audio is doing
spray
it again.
tone.
I don't know what you did.
What the heck is going on?
Yeah, your audio is static and bad. It's static and bad. KP, talk
might
to
be
me.
A sign.
It's usually.
I tell you what.
Nah, it's probably KP. I can't hear it good. It's static. KP, say what's up. Because his audio be bad too.
Test, can you hear me?
Check 1 2. Go ahead. I can work with it.
The funny thing is that people don't look at the obvious. And the obvious is that primarily African American people grow up around each other from K through 12 and then possibly college. The women are basically saying they don't want to get married at a certain age. The men give them the opportunity, they refuse it. And after they refuse it, then they complain about who the men go marry. That's typically what I see. If anybody on the panel thinks I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong. I would love to hear that. But that's typically what I'm seeing.
All right, go ahead. I got who else just pulled back up? Was trying to get in. Okay.
That was me, Mark. I just keep jumping out. My bad.
All right. Were you trying to add something to it? Or if not, we can open it back up.
No, go ahead. Open it back up.
Anybody got anything they want to add to that?
I just want to.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to ask Chaotic Truth what he thinks about black women being done with black men and wanting to date other than black. What say you?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
I am a strong proponent of divesting, and if black women want a suit or a suitor who is able to provide for her needs, then why not be with a white man? Generally, white men are more responsible when it comes to proposing first, proposing early in a relationship. Let's be honest. We all know the black couple that's been together for 15 years. They have kids, they have a house together, but they never got married.
Yep.
Other groups of people generally don't do that. And you have a lot of black women who want to get married. And a white boy will propose within 3 months or 6 months sometimes. And so me being a very secure man and who I am, I actually will, if a black woman says, "Hey, can you find me a white guy?" I say, "Hey, I know a buddy of mine. I'll hook you up with him. He's a good guy." Yeah, and I think that a lot of black women should divest. There's more black women that are single now.
Don't mute your mic, Passionate Bliss. Real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, CT. Don't mute your mic because if you mute it and unmute it, it might static. So just keep it how you got it. Finish what you were saying, CT.
Yeah, there are more black women that are single now. There are more black women that are, first of all, women outnumber men, period. So who are these women going to be with? So yeah, why not get with a white guy or a Hispanic guy, etc.? I support it 110%. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm not as sharp as I can be.
Man, you was cooking, man. How long was your live today? About 6, 8 hours?
7 hours.
7 hours. Look at you.
6 hours, 45 minutes, yeah.
Oh, that's how you do it, man.
Hey, Mark, let me get in when you can, bro.
Go for it right now. Go for it. And then we'll go back to Passionate Bliss.
Man, Chaotic, man, you totally flipped the script on that one, bro.
Oh, yeah?
I can't agree with you on that. I know from marriage experience and a lot of other people that I know, white and black, I have both friends of that type. And the same thing goes on in both communities. You got people that propose, you got people that don't propose. They stay together for a long time.
Okay.
It's just as much dysfunction on one end as it is the other. Most of my friends are married. I was married until a few weeks ago. And by the grace of God, I got my freedom papers. And I was married for 21 years. So and before I got married, I mingled with married couples. So I can't agree with on the white-black thing. I think it's people. I don't think it's white or black. I think it's people. I know a lot of people. The first time I ever heard about common law marriage was from white people. That's why I heard it first. That's where two people live together, stay in a relationship for a long time, never married. And if a state honors,
what state was that? What state was that?
I'm in Tennessee, but all states don't honor common law marriage, but people claim it anyway.
What state you was in?
So I was gonna say that if your state honors it, you get the benefits just like a married couple. But if your state doesn't honor it, you still might just be living that, what we used to call that in-house coochie. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
What benefits do you get?
It ain't no white or black thing, in my opinion, from my experience. It's both
Passionate
white
Bliss
and black.
disagrees with you. Go ahead, Passionate Bliss. What was you trying to add?
Can I ask him a question real quick? I just want to know what benefits do you get from marriage?
All sorts, death and all that shit.
Yeah, from what I understand, common law marriage, after you've been together for a few years.
That's not what he asked you, sir. That's not what he asked you about common law.
He talking about the benefits of it.
Of marriage. He said, no, what benefits
in general
from marriage? He didn't ask you nothing about common law.
Okay.
Yeah, the benefits of marriage is that you get, if you die, the spouse get a lot of your benefits. There's a lot that comes with it. It just doesn't divest and disappear. Like a lot of stuff is passed over.
You can do stuff like that with power of attorneys and stuff like that. You don't have to be married to do stuff like that.
Yeah, but your power of attorney won't allow benefits to go over there. Whatever you have accumulated in a bank account to go there. If you have pension benefits and shit like that, power of attorney ain't gonna work.
Also, power of attorney, you lose your own rights to make your own. It's like my girlfriend. If I give her power of attorney, it's not the same thing as my wife.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the same.
I can still make decisions for myself. Once I give her power of attorney, I can't even make decisions for myself. It's not the same thing, Jules.
Hey, Mark. Also, power of attorney dies when the person dies.
Oh yeah,
facts.
But they have paperwork and living wills and stuff. There's ways to get people. That's why you can leave anything to anybody you want.
No,
a will and a power of attorney is two different things.
You only leave liquid shit. So whatever you have on hand can go. But if you got shit like Social Security benefits. You got
military
pension.
benefits.
Yeah, you get that from being married. You signed a power of attorney. They try to turn that shit to an agency. They're gonna say, get your ass the fuck out of here.
Right.
And Reggie and Mark, and that's exactly why the alphabet community was fighting to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely why they was doing that.
There's definitely benefits from marriage. The say so. Yes. A lot of say so, control you get next of kin.
Mark.
Hey, look, power of attorney. You ain't next to kin neither.
Hey, Mark. I would say this too. I don't want to hear African American people in general crying about generational wealth if you're not going to go into any contracts, because contracts is the only way you build them.
Yeah, but you got to also like, and it's like, even with me not believing in marriage, if I'm with a chick and she a down ass chick and I reach that point, I'm going to marry her because I'm going to leave that shit. But I also want to make sure shit is left for my kids. I'm not a dude caught up on love and trying to find a woman to leave shit to, because I'm also a damn father.
Yeah, I know that. Me and you talk, I know that from you. But I'm just saying in general, for the audience sake, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will say, we want to do this and this and this, but then they don't want to enter into any contracts. It don't make any sense. You can't. It doesn't make any sense.
Do you hear how my man said it? I got my freedom papers from marriage.
No, from
I understand why Sento said it. Every man has a right to do what he ought to do when it's time for him to do that. That's understandable.
Yeah, that has.
I was just saying how he described the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Situation is that woman. He no longer in love with that woman.
Yeah, right. He's talking about that one woman, brother.
Yeah,
I understand. I mentioned what I'm saying. I understand what he was saying about his situation. What I'm saying is, did you hear how he described it? I got my freedom papers, meaning he had to wait until somebody else granted him those freedom papers before he can claim his freedom.
Somebody granted you a license too, and you guys enter into a relationship, a business relationship. It's paperwork, public on court documents.
But on contrary to belief, you don't need a license to drive.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna play with that.
All right, here go this stuff.
I ain't gonna go with that.
Get every sovereign citizen nigga arrested.
Yeah.
No, this ain't got nothing to do with this doesn't have anything to do with sovereign anything. This has to do with the Constitution, because they cannot deny you to life, liberty, and freedom. That's all it is.
Fair enough. Hold up, fair enough. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Topic,
let's table that, and we can revisit that and relitigate that at another time. But we definitely aren't gonna get into the sovereign citizen.
Man, let me get my fans out real quick.
And that's all love to my boy Jules Gaming Lounge, for real.
I'm not a sovereign citizen. No, I have anything to do with them.
Fair enough. But I don't want to go into what the Constitution say about do you have the right to drive. And we're talking about we had some interesting topics on the docket. I don't know if you guys caught a lot of the show. I played some videos and we reacted to a lot of these videos.
Yeah.
Very interesting topics. Go ahead, Pastor.
Can you hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2.
It was good earlier. Damn, what happened?
Yeah, it's cracking again.
What phone are you on? You on the iPhone, ain't you?
I'm on my iPad.
Oh, the iPad. Sometimes the iPad. Are you using Safari?
Yeah, the iPads don't do that. They're gonna
Safari. Don't use Safari. Use Google Chrome to use. StreamYard is not optimized for Safari.
Okay.
It's not optimized, so you're always gonna have those kind of issues. I always can tell it's an iPhone user. But Jules Gaming Line said if you cut your camera off, sometimes it work better, right?
Yeah, sometimes if you cut your kid, that only goes like for the connection use. Like I can't say what it'll happen because she's staticking, but if you having like connection issues, you just cut your camera off if you can't hear you.
No.
I was trying to look at her. I was trying to look at her, Mark.
Hers is like
keep her camera.
No, chill, man. I got it. But hers is like rewind it earlier, man. She was laying on bed with the Silk Road, had half a titty out. Had half a titty just sitting there like peekaboo.
Yeah, she like brother on the panel.
Right, let me hear it now. Let me hear it, Passion Bliss. He said that's for connection, not for the browser.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back an hour.
I can hear you now perfectly. Go ahead, man.
Oh, really? I just cut the camera off. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was talking because when the gentleman came on, he was initially.
And I'm gonna see if I can turn your mic up too. But go ahead.
We were initially talking about did black men still want black women, and did black women still want black men? For centuries, without question, black women have wanted black men. The question is, and the fact is, black women do not want black women. They've never wanted us, but I know they don't want us now. But if you're going to talk basically and fundamentally, genetically, psychologically, yes, they do want black women, because I believe they are psychologically and genetically designed to desire us. They want the bigger boobs, they want the bigger butts, they like the thighs, because on a genetic level, those things means fertility. They means food for my children. She can carry my children on my hips. So they're always going to desire us physically. And even when they get these white women, they try to make them look like us, or they marry a big busted white woman who, is big enough to have all this stuff. And so she kind of reminds them of a black woman physically, And so as far as desire goes, yes, they've always wanted black women, and they always will. Even when they're with the white women, they often cheat on them with black women, because they still physically, on that genetic anatomic level, they still want black women. But do they want us as we are? Actually, no, they don't. They do not.
Hold on, PB. I'm passionate bliss. I'm confused. You saying we want y'all physically, mentally, genetically, but we don't want y'all how? Well, how?
We don't love
I
y'all.
said physically, psychologically, and genetically.
Okay, psychologically, genetically, and physically, we want y'all. What way don't we want y'all?
You don't want to
marry them. That's what she said.
You don't want us mentally, emotionally, and socially. You do not want us. You want white women, to be honest.
We bust them and we make them single moms.
And you have shown that. You have shown that to us.
I would like to respond to the sister when I get a chance.
You have made it very clear to us that you do not want us.
Jump in. Try to get in.
All right.
Because you repeatedly said how much you want other races of women over us. They're more submissive. They're more agreeable.
Let the brother respond to you. Let him respond to you.
They're better mothers.
Jump in. Passionate bliss.
She's cool. I was trying to let
I actually wasn't finished. I was never actually finished.
Yeah. She cool.
Go ahead. I apologize.
Then on somebody else, and you said you wasn't finished, but you kind of jumped in on somebody else.
I'm just saying, on those levels, they do want us, but as far as mentally, emotionally, psychologically, socially, they do not want us. And they've made that clear repeatedly, because
go ahead. I heard you. Let's pass around. We got a lot of people. Go ahead, Santos. And we'll go back to it.
I'm not sure of your experience, my sister, but
she's not talking about her. She's talking about the stats, sir. That's the data. You must be late to the show.
Her data.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. My apologies. But I don't know about the data, but I'm gonna go by reality. Every brother, I ain't gonna say every brother, but the majority, high percentage, high 90% of the brothers that I grew up with and that I know of today, we want our sisters. But we want the sisters with everything you said we want them with, minus the lactate. And that's all that attitude. That's the only part that I know of that most brothers I know of throughout my 54 years, almost 55 years, have complained about. It's the attitude. And one of the differences I see in the white women and the black women, when white women get into a man, no matter if he's white, black, or whatever, she makes a business decision, and a business conscious is what she's thinking with when she goes into that relationship, and she's going to try to keep it together if it's beneficial to her. Sister ain't caring about none of that. Sister going to throw the attitude around because all the stuff that's been done and put on a sister all these years, I guess. But, every man don't deserve all that. You know what I'm saying? I just got out of a situation where I love that woman with all my heart. She just lost a good man. And it's on her. She want to have an attitude when she felt like it. And she probably hadn't been in love with me the past 10 or 12 years. But that's my personal experience. But the brothers that I know, we want sisters. And we all feel that there's no more sensual woman on the earth than a black woman. But we also feel that that's what completes us. But at the same time, because of the attitude that we have to take and endure from our sisters on occasion, not all sisters, but some sisters, make you want to try other flavors from Baskin Robbins. So it ain't, it ain't that we don't want you guys. We want you guys to kind of cultivate, just like some sisters say they want the brothers to change in a certain way. There's things we need from you guys to change as well, and we all can get along like we play along. But I let me tell you something. Every man on this earth, white, black, Asian, whatever, know who's gonna give him that good feeling. On the average, it's a sister. I don't think anybody get it twisted on it, but I mean, no, we ain't with that. No,
that ain't what the data say, sir. That's not what she's saying. She's
I
saying,
disagree with them stats. I disagree with them stats.
Hey, but
yeah,
look,
I disagree too.
You disagree
at
with the stats.
But let me say this about your stats: how faulty they are. When you look across the black family, and you can congregate the whole black family, it's still gonna be a rarity to see somebody with a non-black woman at a fucking family event. Majority of people going to be there are going to have black women on their side. So that stat you got is skewed to fit whatever narrative you want to push. You don't need them. You're black. You can go off, like I state, to any black family reunion, and they bring whoever. It is the rarity, the minority, to have someone non-black.
Even when you go to a high school graduation, you're going to see more black people with black people.
Exactly.
White with whites, Asians with Asians, Hispanic. You're gonna see some sprinkles and some swirls in there, but that's not the norm.
But what you're gonna see
major city, you're gonna see any rural area.
What you're gonna see is you're gonna see Big Mama, you're gonna see the mama, you're gonna see the kid, you're gonna see the nieces and the cousins. What you're not gonna see is the husband.
The audio. Yeah, hey, look, it's the audio, sis. It's the audio.
No, I see a lot of black fathers.
Switch the browser. It's not the camera. So it's not the camera making the audio.
It's the browser she on.
It's the browser.
Yeah, she just got to switch the browser. You right,
you can't use Safari. Okay. You just can't use Safari on this shit. It's not optimized. But
Reggie was saying something.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, and I was just saying with her data, what she was talking about. When you see a white interracial white family, you're gonna see the mom and all these other people. You see the same shit with black families. It's just so much of that shit get ignored. And it's once again how people play when they watch the draft. They can watch 200 black fucking recruits get drafted on TV, and 180 of those recruits will have a black woman with them. They'll see 20 of them with fucking a white girl, and they'll act like every single person they saw was with a white woman. That's how people have come with this anger and shit.
But see, that's the issue. We like the stats on period. People tend to migrate with their own. Like they say, black on black crime. There's white on white crime. It's people. You tend to associate with who you're close to, and most of us are close to our own. That's what we feel comfortable with. That's what we feel most comfortable is around our own.
And that's where I go back to Jules. At the beginning when I came in,
I'm gonna let my boy KP let my boy Q get up.
At the beginning when I came in, I said we socialized around each other K through 12. So there's no excuse for if the men are proposing, right? Because what you got from a lot of those shows when Kevin was doing his shows, the women was turning down multiple proposals, bro. That's like one of us on the panel having our son having the ability to go to the NFL draft, and we say no, don't go. Go back to school. Instead of getting drafted, go back to school. So the sisters is basically saying no to the proposals, and then they mad when they 35 and they ain't got no man. It don't work like that, bro. If you turn a brother down, you embarrass that brother.
But
that's a level of embarrassment. So then you can't come back and say, well, don't nobody want us. Well, hell, you just told the man no.
Oh, no, it don't. What I see with that, it be because from my experience, women are attracted to dudes who live a dangerous lifestyle.
You are correct.
And when those dudes live that dangerous lifestyle at those ages between say 16 and 26, 25, they are with that guy who's living that dangerous lifestyle, and they believe they're going to make a life with that guy. And then they start having kids with him and stuff like that. And then dude end up that lifestyle end up claiming him, and now they're by themselves with whatever with that situation. And now they're trying to look for that
sack. Yep.
Right. Now they're looking for a square kind of guy to help come rescue
Save
him
him
from that
save him from
situation.
the corner office.
There you go. Right. Yeah. It normally happens like that because they're attracted to guys who live dangerous lifestyles.
Hey, I'll give you one real quick. This is it, Mark. This is the one. They looking for Wayman Tisdale from Strictly Business.
There you go.
There
you go.
Fair enough. I got my boy Q the God in here. Also, I still got girl behind the mic in the building. Got to go back to the sister. Let the ladies talk as well. Q, what you think of the topic?
Mic muted.
There you go.
Oh yeah, man. What I think, man, it's actually and salute to everybody on there, man. Great conversation. But I think it's I think it's really not true. You know, to be honest, especially when you look at black men to black women, I think what really hurt women the most is they don't considerate men's feelings about a lot of things. Now, and when I look at that, it is when they're in a relationship. You get in a relationship, and certain women they lie about certain things. They might think small, they might not think matter. But when they go in a relationship, especially when they're serious about a relationship, I'm not talking about guys that's playing. They're serious about a relationship. They get in it wholeheartedly, and it only take a woman one time to kind of mess up when a guy is doing something serious and you feel like, nah, he not being true, he not being genuine, and he really is, and you can mess that up. And he may not want you. But something else that women got confused or people have confused, that it's more men with their families now than it was before. And I can speak from that from experience when I can say I'm with my kids. I don't have my daddy. I know my 5 best friends. One of them who is not with his baby mama, and it's really not his biological child, but he raises her. She's 16. He done had her since she was a baby. You know what I mean? So, and I got several other friends, really all my friends that's close to me are with their wives or girlfriends and have their kids, bro. You know, and if you look at that, when I was younger, none of us had our daddy. I don't know none of my kids that knew their daddy, bro. So the difference, so whether people think that black men want black women, they want them more now than they used to. If you look at it from that point of view, and if you think it's even worse or better, then I think it's actually better. You know what I mean? Like, I think women just comfortable with being able to do so much things. They don't really care for a man, and they can say what they want to, but your attitude speak different.
Hey Jake, just send me an email, bro. If you're having trouble getting on the show, go to Marq Nash. Just send me an email, marqnash27@gmail, 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 and I'll just send you the link. Just open the link from Firefox or Google, and so you can fix it that way. Go ahead, it's back open. Anybody want to respond? Go ahead.
I want to jump in real quick.
Let me let girl behind the mic get in real quick, because she's
okay.
She's the only lady left on the show. Let her get the bars off. Go ahead, sister.
No, let him go ahead so I could pick up from where they're going.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Jules.
I was just going to cue to God when he was saying we grew up without our fathers. I don't think they even for us generations who did grow up without our fathers didn't go date another race. They just went to another woman and stayed away from their kids. I passed.
Damn, that's some good shit.
I ain't even hearing what he said.
I said that for the generation of us who grew up without our fathers, they didn't start dating other races. They just went to another woman and stayed away from their children.
The attraction between black people is there and it's strong, but it's like people play it as if every black man is running to a white woman, and that shit is just so clouded and how everything is so whitewashed. And it's also, I think, driven to push the standard of white beauty, and it's a falsified thing that's pushed about what black people do. They see a few black celebrities of a certain status with a white woman, and they push this whole bullshit ass narrative. And it's really a narrative to drive up white beauty standards, like just what everybody gravitates towards. And it's far from the truth. People are gonna be romantically engaged with who they fucking find attractive. and some people do it out of because they have stolen out with a certain hate and bitterness of their race, like passionate what's her name, Passionate Bliss displays. But the other side of it is how much she dogs black people. She still ain't went to the other side, because even when she went over to the white dudes, they dogged her. So it's not a black thing. Sometimes it could be the person's personality.
She didn't say they dogged her. That's not what she said, though, Red.
She did. Didn't she?
No, she didn't. I remember. I can tell you what she said.
Let's hear it.
She said, "I'm not gonna pretend." She was like, "I don't like when white guys say I don't see color." She was like, "Nah, I don't play that game. You're white, I'm black. But she never said they dogged her.
No. And they want her.
Mike told me a story. Mike told a story about some white guys that kind of dogged her out.
No, the girl behind the mic told her story, and Passion Biss also spoke about how they wanted her to change up how she behaved and act. So it was them trying to change her. But even
that's not dogging her out though.
That's still dogging, because they don't want you acting.
Dogging out is getting slapped up like girl behind the mic was talking about getting abused.
Well, I consider that dogging you out, because they won't accept you for who you are. You got to behave in this matter. That's why I kept saying they want her to be a Owens type. But that's
I'm Reggie. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's like dogging you out, because shit is like that could be the same thing that a black man telling you like, I love you, but man, you gotta chill with the attitude or some shit. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it do be too much. Like I'm married, shit. I don't always be trying to hear that shit my wife be talking about, bro. I just like, you know what I mean? Like I ain't trying to hear it, bro. You know what I mean? Kill that noise. Like, that's just me though. I don't know how other people do it, and she not like my wife, not like super combative and shit like that. Like we don't argue like that, but you know what I mean? Like, but I done seen hella women like turn up, and I look at guys like, bro, I don't know how you would deal with that.
I don't know how they deal with it either, bro.
Like, my God. It's crazy.
When you say women, are you talking about all women? You referenced your wife.
Right now, I'm talking about black women. My wife is black.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify, because you did reference your wife and then you said women, and I thought, yeah, black women, but I wanted to be sure because I didn't know if your wife was black or not. Okay, so black women can tend to be combative.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm speaking about women, to me personally, I'm only speaking about a black woman. I was raised by, like, I'm the oldest boy, but I got 2 older sisters. My mama had all sisters. You know what I mean? And so I don't women,
boy, nigga.
You know what I mean? But that's just I'm talking about black women. I don't really know. I know about white women, but nah, you know.
So I find it interesting, and I respect your opinion on that. You know, and I know somebody kind of chuckled too, and I know you respectfully said, you know, like you don't want to hear all that sometimes, you know, your wife goes on, but is it fair that these characteristic traits and behaviors, and I know I respect the fact that you said you know only black, but only to say that they are perhaps white women that may be combative or outspoken or Asian women or other ethnicities that we may not know because we're not in their households. Would that be a fair analysis? Because I don't think combativeness or not wanting to hear it is just like among black women alone, right?
Yeah, you're correct. And I don't think I'm not saying that white women or other ethnicities don't do that, because you know I done see other races turn up too. But I think like when we speaking on black women, and that's kind of like what we talking about, we looking at what kind of the majority of black men say is the biggest turnoff from what probably keep them away from black women is what they would say the attitude or whatever it may be, you know, which is kind of like that'll be probably I say the biggest thing. But what would y'all say, black man? What would be like the biggest deal breaker? Why do people say that?
But I think it's drummed up in the stigmas that's placed on us as well. Because if you're in white environments, you listen to them going through the same challenges with white women. White women are very challenging to them, and that's where you deal with a lot of them dealing with domestic issues, getting their asses whooped from shit that state from their challenges to their men. Like, it's dealt with all across the damn board. But I think black women is in the black society, because we don't control narratives. We let anyone speak about how we behave and how we function. And therefore, at some point, it becomes truth when it's spoken and taught by other people. Even like with our histories and stories on certain shit, it's taught to us when it's our stories that we do not take ownership of teaching. We do not pass it down. So we get other people's tales of what we are. And that same thing with the women. Now, we know our women got loud mouths on them, and white folks know damn well with the women they deal with, because they deal with them more commonly, that they have loud ass mouths. Asian women, not so much, because what they deal with domineering Asian dudes, where they get their ass whooped, but they have mouths on them. Italian women are known for having mouths on them. Latino women are known for having mouths on them. So it's just a woman thing. A woman will challenge you. That's why you deal with some societies that suppress or oppress women to cut out them challenges, and that shit is wrong. But it ain't just a black woman thing. I think black women take a hit on that shit because of what we deal with, because we don't challenge these things in society.
Yeah, and I say usually people that have less are the more volatile. It's just more, it's more arguments in the household when you don't have certain things. We talking about money, making ends meet, things like that. When you looking at like black people being paid or earning less as far as like households go, when whether that's married or single, you know what I mean? That's where you're gonna get a lot of disagreements and things too, money situations and stuff like
Man,
that.
have you heard
people with
the
money
tale of
too,
the
bro?
Gucci? Have you heard the
Yeah,
Gucci
of
story?
course.
Have you heard the Gucci story? Have you heard the Johnny Depp story? Have you heard the Clipper story? I mean, you can go on and on with wealthy people. You heard the Bill Gates
Yeah.
story, the Jeff
I mean,
Bezos.
it happens with everybody. It's not just one
Exactly.
thing, and I think that's what the problem with us is. We start believing these stereotypes as if one race is superior to the next, or one race don't do something, or one race is excluded from from some type of behavior, when it's not. We're people. We're all human beings. So you're not gonna go somewhere and not have a problem. That's just not gonna happen. Quit thinking if you don't want a problem, don't live life.
Yeah, and I know baloney when I hear baloney, and it doesn't have to be on a sandwich. The thing is that the fact of the matter is that these black men are going to these white women and claiming that they're being, the leaders, and these white women are not submissive to these black men. When I see the relationship and you look at these interracial relationships, these women are not submissive. In most cases, he's submitting to her. Why on earth would she submit to him? She is from the superior social group. Why would she submit to somebody who's in the lower social group? It's not happening. These are lies that they're telling black women to try to get them to get in line with whatever their oppressive agenda is. But these white women are not submitting to these men. They're not running these households. These are lies.
Depend on the man. I know.
It depends on the man. I think she's being very.
It depends on the man and the woman.
Yeah, you seen what happened to Patty Hearst? Black man dominated her funky white ass. So you running bullshit stories. Niggas don't fall dominated to no white woman
because she was in a court of law trying not to go to jail.
No, but regardless, that's her defense. That was her defense. What did she do when she's around them black motherfuckers? That's her court defense. But what did she do? What did she do when she's around them black folks? Were they submissive to her? No, I think they were piping her, and she fell in love with them.
But all men don't desire a submissive woman.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from personal experience.
What you desire is a submissive woman. But I'm speaking from.
Let him finish, passionate. Let him finish.
No, let her continue. Let her finish what she want to say.
Submissive.
What was that? Because I want to respond to her in full. What you say?
I said
Passionate Bliss.
Oh, what I said is that you will take submission from a black woman, but any other race of woman, you will eat her shit raw. But a black woman, you want her bowing down on her knees with her head on the floor.
Passionate Bliss. Now, is it a stat for that?
What? Okay.
Hold on.
I'm waiting. I'm on hold.
Chill out. I'm gonna pass the Jules Gaming Lounge. Passionate Bliss. Now you know it ain't no stat for that, right?
There's no stat for that.
I just want to make sure that, like, I'm just telling you, because these are personal things right here.
That is a personal observation.
Ma'am, I let you speak your part. Let me let her. I just want to reply, and let me go to Jules, because we kind of both cut him off. Go ahead, Jules.
This kind of goes back to what Q the God was talking about, with how he grew up. I was raised with nothing but women. I had maybe 3 men in my life, in my family, who were, like family that was around, and one of them was gay. I was raised by nothing but women, and they were all single mothers raising men. They were strong women. That's what I like. That's what I'm attracted to. They were not submissive to the point that it was. Yes, they would submit to a man, but it was only so far. It was only so much they'd take. So if a woman, for me, if a woman is too submissive, that is unattractive for me. I need a woman who can hold shit down while I'm gone. I don't need a woman who's gonna be playing to the next man because she's just so submissive. Some people are not attracted to that submissiveness. Some people want that combativeness in a woman.
I would say this, Jules.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Jules, I would say brothers aren't actually looking for the word submission. It's primarily cooperation. Don't fuck this up.
There you go.
That's basically what brothers is asking for. But instead of getting cooperation, he getting neck roll snaps, 3 snaps in a circle. Fuck you, this, that, and the third. And then after it break all up, she like, well, he couldn't handle me. Handle you? He gonna go to jail, baby.
If you get a neck roll, 3 snaps in a circle because you're telling her bullshit, and she don't want to hear.
See how she responds based on what I said, and you laugh, Mark, because you know that shit is the truth.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go, right there. Hey, there we go, right there.
What I did though.
Now, a woman is naturally submissive to a man who is
a
proper leader.
That's a fact.
If your leadership is a question,
I agree with her right there.
I'm telling you right now. Hands down,
I agree with her right there.
If you have a woman who will not submit to you, it's because she does not trust your judgment as a leader.
She don't believe in you.
Well, why she fucking you? Well, why she fucking you, sister?
Because
she needs somewhere to stay,
you made bad decision after bad decision, and she knows she can't trust you.
That's
she
why.
But
see, Passionate Bliss. That's the one thing that drives us men away. When you don't believe in us, it's over. Once you lost belief, it's over. You seen the movie Ali? You seen the movie
based on something.
No. But
What? Something.
Okay, listen. You seen the movie Ali? When he was in Africa, getting ready to fight George Foreman, and his wife went in the room and she said, "What if you get killed?" And he looked at her, and that's what you believe. That's what you think of me. That's what you believe. That I would go in this ring and get killed. You don't have no belief in me. It was over.
Go back and watch that.
It was over. That's when she lost. That's when she lost.
That's when she lost him, Mark.
Yep. That's when she lost him. When she said, "Do you think they care if you get killed?" It was over.
Watch that movie again.
Watch the way he looked. Watch the way he looked at her when she said that. It was over. It was in his face.
The possibility of him getting killed. Because
regardless of that,
she's the one picking up the
regardless of that,
no, Passionate Bliss. If that's how you feel, you don't tell me that in the locker room before the fight. You keep your ass at home.
Exactly.
No. I
don't need that
right before I walk into
I don't need that
because a boxer knows that. Hold on, Passionate Bliss. A fighter knows that already. He know that why he training for the fight.
Right.
The risk
is I'm gonna kill him before he kill me. He knows that. He don't need his wife right before. Oh, because I remember that part in the movie, but I don't remember like this. Oh yeah, Like
because
that's
he
what it was.
he was going around with the light skin, what was I
The
can't
other
think of her
girl,
name.
the reporter. Yep.
The reporter when they was in Africa.
Yeah,
When they was in
he ended
Africa.
up married.
Robin, the real pretty chick, the real
So
pretty
he was
chick.
subconsciously looking for a reason to cheat.
What was her name?
No, he was not
Oh,
subconscious.
man,
No, please, no. He was not.
Let me speak to the
Go ahead,
Let's let him go,
bro.
Jules.
I
Let's let him
apologize.
go.
Let me tell you from my heart what I know is true and real. The average man, I'm gonna say black man because I don't know what it is to be a white man. The average black man, what he wants in a woman is trust, honesty. He wants a partner, and he wants that moral support. That moral support is big with a man.
Unwavering.
A woman is to be our, if she is to be our backbone, that means she is to be our support. And if she can't support us, why are we going to stay with her? Let me tell you something. My last fiance before I got married, which was my son's mother, she had no moral support for me. She's still at home with her mother to this day, and she's 50 years old. Okay? Now that I'm going through a divorce, she didn't talk to me for 21 years. Now I'm going through a divorce. I'm so proud of you. You've done well. And this, that. Well, you know, my wife might not have done everything she could have done for our marriage to the end, but one thing she did do is support me in my endeavors. She might not agree wholeheartedly, but she kept it to herself, and she never spoke against me. And I've been in business for myself for 7 years and don't worry about paying my bills. And that's what my son's
exactly right.
So when you give up that support as the black woman who is the anchor of the family, you lose that man because you're telling him that you don't trust him as a man and you're not going to give him your support. And at that point, your relationship is dangling in the wind. So if especially when a man is willing to give you all his support. So you can't, a woman cannot hold it. And I'm gonna tell you something, a man will put up with some bull crap from a woman, attitude, all that stuff, if he got that full support.
Can I add to that?
Real quick. What comes with that full support to me is your level of love for him. Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to say, to add on what he was saying, what we looking for in our woman is for her to be our biggest cheerleader at all times. You're supposed to support us at all times, even if you think what we doing is impossible.
Stand by your man. That's what the song says.
Tell her, nigga, yeah, you can move that building. Go ahead. Yeah, you can move. That's all we need. And sometimes that's all it takes for us to move that building.
Yep. That's all y'all need sometimes.
And Marq Nash, this live ain't gonna be monetized. Cause I'm here to tell you right now.
It's
you
a wrap.
guys are sitting here talking to me. You know, you're talking about that.
And your audio.
I think her mic's staticking.
Be your cheerleader.
It is
women have been
staticking.
speaking life into you.
Everybody else, mute your mic if you're not talking. Go ahead, say it again, Passionate Bliss. Because you had a lot of static.
I got static still. I'm on a different one.
Yeah, man. I guess it is what it is. Maybe it's the iPad. Maybe
I think you got a black phone and it's tired of your shit.
Black phone.
I was gonna say black.
Let me give it a shot. No, but you probably have to. You might need an update because you probably use Safari all the time, so your Google is probably outdated. Like, cause this is always updating. So I just know, when your device is up to date, I don't have no problems with StreamYard. Nobody have problems, but it's usually people with an iPhone or an i device, and it's either outdated or they're using Safari. Yeah, man, you got to have your device optimized because StreamYard is always updating the security and privacy. So you got to have your device up to date. So damn.
Hey, Reggie, stop the cat. I always use iPhone.
Let me do this. I want to chop this up. I got to chop this up into some pieces. This was a hell of a show, man. I got 5 hours of rhymes in this motherfucker. like Cannabis said when they threw his rhyme book in there. I hope y'all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed talking to y'all. Let's go around and do some final thoughts. I'll open the phone line up again for final thoughts. You want to call in? I'll give you 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute just to speak your piece. Nobody's going to interrupt you. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Just you have 1 minute to say whatever you want to say, and I'll get you in and out. But go in the meantime, the panel, y'all, everybody, I ain't gonna put no clock on y'all because y'all here. You know what I'm saying? Long as y'all ain't repeating yourself. And like I said before, and at the end of the day, and I got a question.
We can't do the Mayweather?
No. Like I said before, yo, a lot of motherfuckers on YouTube be doing the Mayweather, bro, and they don't even realize they doing it.
Wait, what's the Mayweather?
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said before,
I want to thank Al Heyman.
Like I said before, at the end of the day, babbling, stumbling vernacular, not speaking the Queen's English. You heard what the fellow superior black chaotic truth said. Most motherfuckers don't have a good handle on their own vocal cords, and they don't realize we live. And I got a show to do. I don't have time for you to repeat yourself again. I heard you the first time. Like, and I get it. They're gathering their thoughts while they're doing it. I can see them downloading and buffering in real time, nigga.
Can I get a mic check? 1 2 1 2.
You heard them. Go ahead. Perfect. What did you do?
She on her white phone. She on her white phone, Reg.
I just rebooted. I didn't reboot it after the Google. Okay, because my thing is this: you guys are talking about, you want trust, honesty, and moral support. If you're honest, are most black men worthy of our trust, honesty, and moral support? Yes. Have you always been worthy of our trust, honesty, and moral support? Because black women have been speaking life into black men since the beginning of time, since we got off the plantation. We have been don't blaming Mr. Charlie for black men since we got off the plantation. We have been rioting and dying for black men since the beginning of time, since we got off the plantation. 100 years plus, and you have still been crapping on us. You've still made us single mothers, baby mamas, broken homes, no support for the children, no support for the women. You've been killing us every 5 hours. I mean, what else can we do for black men? We've been giving you everything we've got, and you did nothing but shit on it decade after decade after decade. There's nothing else we got to give you.
Silence.
Can we trade her to white man?
Silence. I want her to
silence.
Let her finish her diatribe. That's the problem now. Black men don't listen to the black woman when she's trying to tell you what's going on in a motherfucking life. That's the problem.
I'm just saying, my thing is that black men do not want to take accountability for their own behaviors. If you got a woman that's talking back to you, it's because she does not trust you. Because for decade after decade, you have left them baby mamas, broken homes, no child support, no rent payment, no help, no marriages, no nothing. For decade after decade, we look to you to help us, and you've not done it. So we cannot trust you. So if you got a woman that won't listen to you, she won't follow you, she won't let you be the leader because she does not trust you. You've shown her consistently that you can't be trusted. Why should she trust you now?
Can I ask you a question, sister?
Go ahead.
All right. Are these black women that you're referring to, are they looking at the man across from them? Or are they looking at men as a whole, the group? Because last time I checked, when it comes to a relationship, you should be looking to the person across from you, not the whole sea of people that are out there somewhere. So that's the question I have. Which one is it?
Yeah, and see, the thing is that you want to say that, but you cannot pretend as if we are not the product of our experience.
She just tap danced on that question.
No. Let's not do that.
I'm not finished. We're behaving as if people.
Sister.
Hold on. We are the product.
Slow down. Everybody, slow down.
Our experiences.
Sentos. Ask the question again. Ask an open, direct question. I want a quick, open, direct answer so we can move forward.
All right. When you speak what you're speaking of about the women, I don't know if you're speaking from experience or women as a whole. But what my question is, are these women saying this about the man that they're standing next to or in across from, that they're in a relationship with, marriage otherwise, or are they speaking in the sense of men as a whole,
Okay, fair enough.
not necessarily the guy that they're with.
It's got to be as a whole. When I'm speaking as a whole, because individually, yeah, we can find a great example. And I'm not above saying my father is he's been married to my mother for 54 years. My father is a minister. My mother's a minister. They've been married for 54 years. My mother is spoiled. He had 3 daughters. They were all spoiled. We were all raised to be spoiled. And so I can't say that I can't find no fault in my father at all. So if you're going to say individual by individual, yeah, we can pick it out, because 30% of black men do get married, but the majority don't. So you want to give credit to the majority for the work of the minority. So stop behaving as if the bad guys, it's just a 1 or 2. You picked a 1. She picked a 2. She picked a 3.
Well, how about that?
The majority are the
look,
bad guys.
Hey, look, well, peep that scenario right there. You go, hold on, sis.
Mark, I'm gonna say this, Mark. And the majority are the bad guys, and the good guys don't check the bad ones.
Okay, hold on. Now let me jump back in with something that Passionate is that agree with me on. Every time she brought this stat up, I said, but we can agree that black people as a whole, men and women, are disproportionately incarcerated, disproportionately treated different in the justice system. We lost a lot of good people, men and women.
I'll give you that.
To the graveyard and to the penitentiary. So let's just use your scenario. It's 100, you one woman, and it's 100 men in the club that night, right? 33 of them, 33%. Like, we're going to use that number, right? Because that's what you said. They're going to get married. How many of the other one are going to just pick another girl? You're just not their type. They're going to get murdered, and then or just going to be disproportionately going to get picked up as soon as they go outside the club. Because they're like, all 100 niggas in the club tonight, y'all got to be up to no good. You get what I'm saying, sister? Like when you spit those scenarios out, use that 1 to 100, because you're one person and you're using that analogy, right? And you're using that percentage. Just think about you're one woman in the room that night. It's 100 dudes in there. 33 of them want to get married, willing to get married. Some of those people, how many women are in the club? He just might not be your type. But come on, you get what you picking up what I'm putting down, right? Is that fair? When you just be like, I might just not have found the one for me yet. But I'm in South Carolina.
But by the same token, it's like if you have a barrel of apples.
And there ain't no distance, South Carolina.
If you have a barrel of apples, 70% are rotten. If I close my eyes and stick my hand in the barrel, what are the chances I'm going to get a rotten apple?
But no. But all of them ain't going to be in the barrel, because some of them going to be already in the penitentiary. Some of them are already in the jail. Some of them are already in the graveyard. See, we forgot that.
I get that.
How about that? How about that? What part of that? They might just be gay, or you're just not their type.
There are those who say that's not.
Or your age group that you're in now has changed too. You're not in a certain age group and demographic that gets married on a regular at 50 years old.
Shit, or the fact
you gotta consider that part.
But I was at one point. I was. And
you
was,
hold on, and you was engaged twice, and you dumped them.
And you actually